Okay, we're back. I worked on my cube, my sphere. The thing you really need to notice, and it's hard to see, the light is shining on this side of my shapes. So the side I'm seeing is almost all in shadow. So that's why I'm adding quite a bit of depth here. Now you can get things three-dimensional by thinking about where is it the lightest light, in this case on top of all of my objects, and the darkest dark is for sure where that object touches the surface, and then the beginning of the cast shadow. Now shadows are never a hard line. They do not come down and reflect the shape of that exact object. They reflect the shape, but they don't do it with hard edges. A shadow is a soft, I've been using my fingers to blend these shadows. And now I'm starting on our third shape, which is flat as a shape. It is a three-sided triangle, and three-dimensionally we formed it to be a cone. So to make a cone, look how rounded the bottom of this cone is. It does not go straight across. If you can understand this concept about rounding the bottom of objects instead of going straight across, you can get them to look so much more three-dimensional. As I have talked to you about, whenever you draw a cup or a bowl or anything that's three-dimensionally circular, you want to put in the shape of the bottom of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you a little bit here how I'm rounding the bottom of my cone. And then I'm going to start just lightly shading. And look how I use my pencil. I'm very lightly doing layers. So all you need is a pencil for this. If you happen to have charcoal, if you happen to have a drawing pencil, I really like charcoal, but I just couldn't find any here at home. I've got plenty in my classroom. So there's the beginning of my sphere. And I'm going to go ahead and work on my cylinder to get you started, and then I'll come back with the finished product. I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you're all were able to sculpt your, you know what, if you don't have clay and you can't sculpt your shape, but just go find things you can think of that are these shapes. What does this remind you of? A can of soda, a can of soup. That would be great to find a soup can. As we talked about, a sphere could be any ball you have in your house. We could get a tennis ball, a pickleball, a baseball. Find a ball in your house. A cube, to find a perfect cube, go looking. You might be surprised that you could find a cube. And a cone, what do you have that might be that shape in your house? We don't keep cones for ice cream cones on hand. But I'm going to go ahead and start with my cylinder. And the same thing applies as I did on my cone, and that is to have a rounded bottom. I'm going to do it dark so you can see. And then a rounded top. Now the top, I'm seeing quite a bit of that top, but that's going to be like an oval shape. So that's the beginning of my drawing for my cylinder. Rounded bottoms on these last two, and of course on my sphere. A nice crisp edge on my cube. So I'm going to go ahead and look for the lightest light and the darkest dark to start my shading, and be right back.